All right, hello everyone. So it might look like I'm streaming right now, but I'm actually not. I was going to be streaming today, but then I realized I don't actually have enough time. I have a lot of shit to get done, so I can't. But I decided might as well, make some quick content right now. And the last time I did a Guilty Gear video, it did really well. We reacted to Happy Chaos's theme. I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to go check that out. Yeah, Baiken's theme came out last month, about a week, 2 weeks ago. And I haven't gotten a chance, and I haven't listened to it because I knew that I was gonna be reacting to it. I just, was going to wait, hold up, and I was originally planning to react to it during a stream, but then I just decided might as well just do it now. So, I open this up and I see 6 minutes and 40 seconds. That is insane. That means Mirror of the World, as it's called, is now the longest song in Strive. Previously, it was Ramlethal's theme, Necessary Discrepancy, and after that it was, I think, Kai's theme. So yeah, Necessary Discrepancy was 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and this is 20 seconds longer than even that. It is unseated Necessary Discrepancy, which is very interesting. So I'm very excited because, in case any of you don't know, I am a big fan of long songs. I'm a big fan of progressive rock. 10, 20-minute long tracks are fucking great. So I like it when songs tend to be longer, especially when the music is really good. And as it turns out, Daisuke's music is pretty good. So, before we get started, I want to just, I guess, try to guess, what my expectations for this are, because full disclosure, I know nothing about Baiken. I have not played any Guilty Gear games out of Strive. I've, done the entire Strive story, and I play a decent amount of Strive, but I haven't played any of the games. Like, I have a general understanding of some of the events that happened before Strive, but I haven't actually played through it. I haven't watched anything about it, so yeah, the only thing I know about Baiken is that she is a sword woman, and that her backstory is somehow related to Anji's. Rock Parade is actually about his unrequited feelings for Baiken, if I'm right about that. But that's literally all I know about her. I'm pretty sure she's Japanese from the name Baiken and the fact that she grew up with Anji, who's one of the only Japanese characters in the game, on top of Mei, but she didn't grow up in Japan, so she doesn't count anyways. So yeah, I guess just knowing her connection to Anji would make me expect something maybe similar to Rock Parade, especially with her being Japanese, something maybe similar to the bridge in Rock Parade, which I think is one of the best musical sections of any Guilty Gear theme. Like, Rock Parade overall is pretty meh and generic, but my god, is that bridge so good. And it's, it incorporates a lot of, like, traditional Japanese sounds and stuff, so I would imagine something similar to that for Baiken. So I'm expecting, since Baiken and Anji are kind of intertwined characters, I'm expecting some kind of similarity between their two themes. The fact that it's really long, though, makes me think there might be some progressive elements to it, since, well, I mean, the current longest track is, before this was Necessary Discrepancy, which was Daisuke's, I guess, his attempt at making a prog song, which, in my opinion, did not turn out very good, but, the longer time would suggest that maybe some more progressive elements might be included in this. Mirror of the World, I have absolutely no idea what to make of that title. So yeah, I don't know anything other than I'm expecting some kind of connection to Rock Parade, and yeah, I guess let's just get right into it. I'm very excited for this because recently Daisuke has become one of my favorite musicians. He was one of my most, the Guilty Gear soundtrack was one of my most played stuff on Spotify, even though it came out like 2-3 months before the end of the year, like even then it was like some of the top shit that I played on Spotify. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm very excited. Let's see. What do we have for us, Master Ishiwatari? Ooh. Very, like, Western sounding with that guitar. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, the sustain on that. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. It's very, like, Yep, this is gonna be a progressive rock track, I can already tell, just from these guitars. Like, it reminds me a lot of something like, Shine On, You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. Like that kind of guitar work, I guess. Ooh. Okay. Oh, yes, this is gonna be a progressive track, but also heavy metal. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Oh, that caught me by surprise. Holy shit. Like, the music cut out for a second, and at first I was like, wait, did it pause? Is it buffering? And I realized, no, this is a progressive track, and that's definitely intended. And then the metal, okay, we need to listen to that one again. Just because it caught me so off guard. Hold up. Love those drums. I cannot understand these lyrics. We'll look at them in a bit, though, so don't worry. Alright, now we're back into much more just standard metal, I guess. Maybe only the start of... Yeah, it looks like we're just doing standard metal stuff now, so maybe just there's just a little bit of progressive in the start, but we might return back to that, I'm not sure. God, Naoki's vocals are so good! What language is that? Ooh, that guitar riff is really good. Ooh, the layered vocals. All right, Daisuke, so how are we gonna keep this interesting for another 4 minutes? I really like how this track plays with I really like how this track plays with silence, just using the silence as, I guess, kind of like an instrument, you know? It's something that you see a lot in breakcore, how, you know, you'll have just instances of just quietness that will actually be used as part of the percussion. Of course, this is not breakcore because it's, you know, not, you know, it's just a few little breaks here and there, but, you know, I'm getting a sort, you know, but it's similar to that in how it uses the, silence as an instrument, as counterintuitive as that sounds, but it's, you know, it's kind of a percussion type of, thing, you know? But yeah, it seems like it's just a straight metal track for the most part. Ooh, are we getting a guitar solo? That seems too early for that, right? I guess not. Yeah, no, if this is a straight metal track, then it would make sense for there to be just a long-ass guitar solo right in the middle. Because, yeah. Oh. Guess not yet. Something salvation? Ooh. I really like whatever these chanting lyrics are. I love how they sound, but I do not know what they're saying. Ooh. And the chorus is really fucking good. Just like, obviously Naoki just delivering really good vocals, but then, you know, the layering of different vocal tracks as well. It creates this sort of like dreamlike type of effect, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe. Alright, is it guitar time? Yeah, that guitar is going insane right now. Woo! There it is! Your next part will be Japanese instrumentals. Toyu! Nani? Fucking called this shit. Aha! Yes, okay, so we are going into a bridge with more like traditional Japanese instrumentation like Rock Parade does. Okay, very nice. Also, that's such an abrupt transition. I love it. Like, oh, that transition kind of reminds me of yeah, so it sounds kind of like the transition in Yes is Close to the Edge between the third movement, I Get Up, I Get Down, and the fourth movement, Seasons of Change, or Seasons of Man, sorry. Yeah, how it just the chain, like that really just abrupt change that completely changes the pace of the song. Now it hits you like a fucking truck. I fucking love that type of stuff. I need to listen to it one more time. Ooh. It's not as complex as the bridge in Anji's theme, but... No, what the fuck just happened? Oh! Oh, I think I just came. What is that guitar? What is that guitar tone? That is one of the most beautiful things I've heard in my life. Hold up. Obviously how the guitar comes in. What the fuck? What is that guitar tone? That like really high pitched, like I can imagine this guitar just smiling at me when I'm listening to this. This is like, what? Well, it's so good, and it fits with the sort of, it sounds like this sort of mixture of like what you would expect from like a Japanese instrument, but also just a guitar. And like it blends the guitar with the sort of background, more like, you know, the Japanese section that we're having right now so well. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, just hold that note. Hold that note. And I'm guessing now we're heading, you know, so the Japanese part seems to have died out. Are we going back into the metal? Oh, no. Oh, you know, I should just stop. I should just stop trying to predict where this fucking song is going. I should stop trying to predict where anything that Daisuke does is going. My god. Just, yeah, sure. Okay, we're doing that. Okay, cool. All right, go for it, Naoki. The fucking Zato section.
I wonder what I would tell them. Yes,
with just like,
I knew
Just like the guitar from the very start. Ooh, and how it's mixing the sort of more like mellow vocals from that sort of like the second bridge, I guess you could call it, with the more like metal stuff from like the center of the track. Ooh. And of course the guitar just so good too. Mirror of the world! Caught that line! Oh, all these different layered vocal tracks are so good! Okay, Mirror of the World. That was, well, it was good. I mean, I think you can tell from my reactions that I, was thoroughly enjoying myself. Not as good, I will have to say, as Drift though. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of the whole just straight metal section that happens like throughout like half of the track. It just, I mean, like, I like metal, but like, I don't know, it just sounded kind of generic, but I'm glad the song actually like switched stuff up rather than Necessary Discrepancy, which drags on for a full 6 minutes and 20 seconds, sounding basically exactly the same. So I'm glad it had like different parts that at least broke up the song, so that was good. I really like the start. The start was very very prog sounding, especially with the guitars at the start. Then it goes into like this sort of, just your usual standard heavy metal, which, not really my favorite. Sounds kind of generic. Again, I'm not really a fan of like the type of like metal where you just cannot understand the lyrics at all, and that's kind of what was happening here. I mean, I will say though, the part where he's singing something in like this, like these like hymns in a different language that isn't English, that part I really liked, and I think like it sounds really good, and I think it breaks it up nice. So it certainly isn't like a chore to listen to. Like if it didn't have those sections here and there, I would probably not be able to sit through the metal part because it just feels kind of boring. Like, okay, fun to listen to like in the background, but like not really something that I would like actively be listening to, But those like different language sections do help break that up. And then that beautiful transition into the Japanese into this sort of like Japanese bridge, much like Anji's theme, Rock Parade, right? So I predicted that much. And then the guitar comes in, merging with the Japanese instruments in probably one of the best guitar tones I've heard in my life. Like, I really like the tone of that guitar. Holy shit, I cannot say that enough. Then, it goes into like a little bit of metal, and you think it's gonna be, continue with metal until the end, but then Daisuke brings out the sort of like end of Let Me Carve Your Way type of thing, with like the sort of ballad-like singing from Naoki and stuff, and then it merges in with the metal once again, and you have this beautiful layering of different styles. So yeah, I think I was kind of right in my assumption that the song was gonna be decently progressive from the start, right? Not really the middle, I will have to say, but with the Japanese section and the more like balladic section and the ending, yeah, I think I could definitely consider like about half of the track to be pretty like decently progressive, with about half of it just being standard metal. I mean, I personally would have probably liked it if it was more, a bit less standard metal, but my god, it was good. So yeah, let's take a look at the lyrics, I guess. Um, let's see. Mirror of the World is a track in the OST of Guilty Gear Strive, and the theme of the fourth DLC character, Baiken. It details Baiken's hardened will to believe in herself and her willpower to face anything that comes at her head on. Okay, so kind of like Chip's theme. Madaru. The fuck is Madaru? Hold up. Madaru. Meaning. Victory. Okay, yeah. And I assumed it was Japanese, but yeah. Victory, gentleness, intelligent. Okay. But nah. And yeah, this is like the, so... The mantra of light is a popular sutra in certain aspects of Japanese Buddhism, recited to clean one's karma after committing a sin in the transition to rebirth. The line that follows roughly translates, let us sing a song to cleanse our spirits, refers to the purpose of the sutra. The rest of the verse pushes back against the notion, presumably from the perspective of Baiken, believing the sin cannot be atoned for, and the bad deeds she has committed are ingrained in her soul. Very interesting. So, a sort of like, you know, sort of like a guilt, I guess, for the things she's done. Again, I do not know anything about this character. Yeah, and I'm guessing this is like that one bit that you can... If that's what you call karma, I must be a demon. God knows that no voice can be heard by the damned. Again, you know, this sort of like guilt, seeing herself as a demon, right? Necessary... In the light, cut away, cut off all vexation. Is this... Baiken is being particularly pissed or vengeful over the destruction of her home by the gears. Oh, right, Japan was destroyed. With the vanquishing of Ino and the realization of that man's true identity, Baiken's purpose was being fulfilled, and she must now forge a new path. Right. Okay. So that's something I wouldn't have gotten, since I don't know her character. It's never over yesterday. I'm the time exile. I'm the ghost. Call my name. Just call my name. I'm the time exile. I'm the time exile. Like she's... Like she's from a different, sort of time, I guess. Like... Oh, I mean, that's obvious, but like... I guess sort of like... That she's still the same person she was when, like, the world was all about, like, the gears and that man and Ino, and now that they're gone, she kind of just is like a fish out of water, I guess? There's no salvation, only Armageddon. God knows there are those who would better hand the vexations onto them. Again, really with the sort of like religious stuff in this track, which I was honestly not expecting. Nor did I catch, because none of these lyrics were ever legible or hearable, I guess. In light kind of way, right? The day will never begin. I'm the time exile. I just need your I don't need your sympathy. Why won't anyone leave me alone? So, right, a lot of people who go through self-hatred tend to try to isolate themselves as a result of it. So I wonder if that's, you know, so she probably just wants to be on her own, but I'm guessing there are people who do legitimately care about her, like, I'm guessing, Anji, right? If I had a comrade, I wonder what I would tell them. Yes, yes, I knew the answer. It's part of the song style from Baiken's perspective, as she has a revelation that her turmoil answer would be answered in companionship, likely with Anji Mito. Yeah, but of course she does not acknowledge him at all. Like, cut away, cut off all vexations. It's never over yesterday. No, don't stand still. The vengeance will be sacrificed, then kill the pain. The hardest road lies ahead. I will be a mirror of the world. That's just right, yeah. A mirror obviously reflects them, so if she's gonna... Because obviously, before she talks about how she is a time exile, how she's sort of out of place, I guess you could say, in the new current world after the events of the Strive storyline. So then she's deciding to finally adapt to the new world, right? She's gonna live like, you know, she's gonna reflect the world that she lives in rather than being stuck in the past. Nice. Letting go for vengeance quest against that man, likely after the defeat of Ino, as Anji tells her that man's true identity, and she does so. She states that her true purpose will be a mirror of the world, insinuating she will learn on her own from others how to heal the damage that man has caused throughout the history of the Guilty Gear world. Right. And then back into the sort of sutras. Okay, so part of the reason why I couldn't understand what Naoki was singing was well, partly because it was just like really hard to understand, um, but also because it was like most of it was in like a different language. So, but yeah, I was right about some stuff, wrong about some others. It's a good track. I don't know how I would place it compared to some of the other tracks in the game. Definitely not as good as definitely not like top 3 or top 4. I'd say it's probably like a middle of the road track, on the upper side of middle of the road, right? I love the more like progressive aspects on both ends of it, but the that like metal section all throughout the first like the first half of the track, I think kind of just detracts from what the track could have been, honestly. So I think that's why it's not a bit higher on my list. But yeah, that was Baiken's theme, Mirror of the World. I guess I understand what that means now. And yeah, I guess we're done. This was a bit longer than the Happy Chaos reaction, but I think it makes sense. It's a longer song. So yeah, let's. But yeah, that's that. If you're new here, I stream usually like 2 or 3 times a week. So you can subscribe so that you don't miss that. I usually play like visual novels and RPGs. So right now I'm playing Apollo Justice Ace Attorney and Persona 4 Golden. Very fun games. So yeah, subscribe, check those out. Join the Discord down in the description. We always notify there when we're going live. It's a lot more reliable than YouTube's notification system. And then you can also chat with us about Guilty Gear and stuff like that. I mean, I love Guilty Gear, and I play that on the channel sometimes. Occasionally, I tend to play more like story focused games, but sometimes I'll have some fun with some Guilty Gear or some Rainbow. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like if you liked. That's what liking means.